Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Infinite Soul Stars. We're getting ready to begin with our energy of the week, and I'm going to get inside. There you go. There you go. I'm almost ready for Instagram. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for you guys to come on in. So it takes a little bit of time if anybody's watching us.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good. And you know what? I'm the first one. So
Yeah.
I make sure I'm unmuted because I always
to send
forget
a request to join.
Okay.
So thank you so
Tracy.
much for joining us. We start a new month. Can you believe it? We are in November, just 2 months, and 2021 will be all done. So,
Hi.
Hi.
so we are all together. Yes, great. We are ready for the energy of this week, first week of November. And I am using the Spirit of Animals Oracle card. And I got a really cute one. Puffin. The Puffin partnership. Partnership. Well, you know, first of all, when I got this card, it's not a common animal. Well, you can hear when people talk about bears, cats, you know, even dragonflies, butterflies, but it's rarely to talk about puffin. And puffin is just this beautiful animal that is unique as we are. So even though a puffin is not common, even though a puffin is not in the trend, it doesn't mean it has qualities. And I think that's the first thing I'm getting. We have so many qualities inside. Sometimes we want to show other things. And I think puffing is trying to tell us to be ourselves, to be happy the way we are. And yes, we make mistakes. Yes, I wish I could look like this person. I wish I had her abilities. But you know, we have some abilities that many people recognize and like about us. So for this week, Puffin is inviting you to find what gets you happy, find what makes you have fun, and share it, because that's you. That's your essence. Now, here, oh yeah, community. It says, let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. So again, we sometimes just want to do things ourselves because we want to be the best, or to have this notion like, I can do it. And you know what? Yes, we need people to help us. We need people to guide us. We need to get help and help. So that's another thing for this week. If you have a project, if you are trying to begin something, it's November, and maybe you have your idea, but you don't know how to get it, you know, begin to talk around. People might, you know, might connect with you and might guide you. Just be able to receive as well as you give. Teamwork will give you the best results. And it's true. When you work with a team, you know that you are supported and you can be your best for everyone else. So I think puffing just, you know, is a great way for this week to work on what we can do and give what we have to others. That's kind of cool. And let's see who's next. Let's see who's going to continue with the messages. And I'm going to mute.
Hi, everyone. I just make sure I muted actually all the technology tricks. And I'll just want to tell you a few words about this week energy as we're going new moon in Scorpio. And we're in Scorpio season. So happy birthday, Scorpios. You know, we have a ladies who is Scorpio too. I'm part of Scorpio, so, and everyone having Scorpio somewhere in the natal chart. So I'm not gonna go too deeply into astrology and all of the technical things, but what I wanna say, that's wonderful new moon in Scorpio. It's actually on full swing. The Scorpio, the depth, the water sign. It's a lot of energy from supporting with planet of Uranus. Uranus, it's a planet of progress, out of the box, you know, the boldness, the movements. So this week, be ready for surprises, depending on your natal chart, whatever the surprises can be. But if you have any planets around 12 degrees in Scorpio, Neptune, Uranus, whatever it is, have a look and just maybe try to direct this energy, because of Scorpio, it's a Mars driven, you know, and it's I don't know how you all felt, but my 1st of November and November month started already with a kick, with a buzz, and you know, it's a lot of things going on, and you know, so try to stay grounded and direct the energy where you want it. There is a lot of big transformation, you know, going on. So no more excuses. There is energy into the actions, whatever your heart desires is. So this new moon will get you there. What is your heart desires? What do you want it to do? Career, hobby, you know, if you feel restricted in your relationship, that's going to be change. It's going to be a big changes around career for Scorpios, especially. I'll just talk a little bit of Scorpio because if it's for you, you know, if your moon in Scorpio, it's your it's emotional balance. You know, you're going to find out the depth within you, the root cause of everything, and sudden bloom and drive in your career. If a sun is in your house, in your life, the place of living. Speaking of the card, because if I can speak of the astrology a bit so long, so there is this intuition. The card comes intuition on YouTube. Hey there, it's intuition. So whatever you do, follow your intuition this week. You know, awaken that your six senses. You know, follow your heart, and then with intuition, find the balance, direct the energy. As the new moon, you know, it's going to be taxing, so it's going to grow into the full moon on 19th and the eclipse. Go with water, you know, like with a flow. Maybe just do initiation, you know, if you feel like you need to change your diet, listen to your body. But this thing, it's really, I feel, transformative. If you can see on the card, she's looking into the, almost like a mirror, but this is mirror, remind me the universe, and there is the door. And in order to open the door, you gotta have this key, and the key, it's intuition, following the intuition, and the doors is going to be open for you this week. And yeah, around the water, maybe initiate something. And I would suggest to do a new moon rituals, not on the new moon, not on the 4th, but around the 7th. So whatever you want to bring new things, new initiations, do it around the 7th when the moon's going to be visible rather on the sky. All right, and get the intuition, follow your heart desires. So who's going next?
Okay, well, speaking about following your heart's desires, I pulled, and for people that are asking questions, okay, Tracy's already typed it in the, after we pull cards for energy of the week, we'll start with your questions. So I've got exceeding expectations. It says I soar into excellence. So this is about following your dreams and not playing small. You were talking about teamwork, Diana. So I feel like when you're part of a team, sometimes, you know, you want to take a sit in the back and, you know, let everyone have a chance, and maybe you have something to say, but it's like you kind of stay quiet or say maybe they have better ideas than I do, and maybe, you know, you start going through the, I guess, like insecurities. So this is about not listening to that voice and instead empowering yourself, going after your dreams, and going beyond what people expect of you. So maybe you're starting something new and you want to get it off the ground, and there's always going to be people that are going to tell you, oh, that's really hard. It's going to be super hard. It's going to be, you know, impossible to do that. Like, what are you doing? Are you crazy? Are you starting a YouTube channel? What are you, what are you doing? Yeah. So just don't listen to the negative voices. Let me see what else is in the description. Expect miracles. Like, don't plan for the biggest, best possible outcome that could possibly happen. Just keep imagining that. Stay true to your vision. Don't listen to what other people say. And of course, it's always good to take in people's advice and suggestions, but we don't have to always take everything to heart, you know. And it's always, anything constructive is good, but you know those people in your life that are gonna have something negative to say, just put that to the side. Yeah. And it says in the months ahead, you'll be exceeding inner and outer expectations and get ready to fly. So this is really about standing in your power. She looks like she's on top of the world with all this gold and orange and new growth here with the leaves on the sides. You know, it's all over. It's on both sides. And she's kind of claiming her place, you know, she's taking her place in the world. So that's what I feel is coming up for this week. A lot of good energy. Okay.
That's lovely. I love all that gold in that, Noel. And it's quite interesting. I'm using the, where is it? The I Am I deck, Angelic Messages deck from Stephanie J. King. And it looks like the YouTube's a bit behind. So, and the card that came out is Compassion. And what I love with this is the lady is also surrounded, or the angel is also surrounded by all that gold. And I love the red dress. You know, it's that powerful color red. Just show it to YouTube. Oh. It's been quite a delay on YouTube, isn't there? I'm trying to show the card and it's not showing. But this isn't only talking about compassion for others. I think quite often we're more compassionate to other people than we are to ourselves. But it also wants us to be compassionate to ourselves, because if we give all our compassion to other people, then what about us? We need to feed ourselves with compassion and love and embrace ourselves and our needs. It's not just about giving to others. And what I love about this deck is, I'll find the page again, is it gives some crystals you can work with, and it gives an affirmation. So the affirmation is: the divine in me recognizes, feels, knows, values, and understands the divine in you. And Angel Shalev paves the way to compassion. An angel of peace and serenity, Shalev can help you to open your heart to the plights of others, and in doing so, heal your own wounds too. Shalev suggests you spend time with the following crystals: morganite, which is a lovely pink crystal; prehnite, which is more green; rose quartz, which is pink; and green aventurine. So those 4 crystals are green or pink, and they are very heart-centered crystals. So it's encouraging us to be compassionate, look after our heart as well as looking after other people, and finding that balance so that we're not only giving, but we're receiving as well. Okay, it's compassion.
Beautiful. All these cards, all with the colors. So also, that everyone having that golden and orange, a lot of emotions and the drive also within this week. Beautiful. I just want to double check. Are we still okay on the YouTube? Because if I see, are we frozen?
No, we're not frozen.
No.
No, it might just be your screen, or either it's really delayed on yours. I mean, there's a delay, but it's not frozen.
Okie dokie. So
we'll take your questions on Instagram and on YouTube. So if anyone in the Instagram chat, you can just say, I'd like a card. No pictures sound okay on YouTube.
I think it's all okay. We have got one question on YouTube.
Hold on, Tracy. Where our picture's not on.
Oh no, she's saying it's all good.
Oh, okay. No,
I think she means no, the picture and sound's okay.
Okay.
Not no picture.
Okay.
I think that's right.
Interpreted, yeah.
Is that right, mermaid?
Why it's always good to have a team. See, I just yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we have a question from, I hope I pronounce this okay. It's from Deepthi, saying, when will I meet my future spouse?
Okay, so let's see. I don't know which deck I want to use. I think I'm gonna use tarot deck.
Thank you, Mermaid of Silence, for the confirmation. Okay, shall I go first, as I just had one that flew out? Funny enough, I nearly got this deck out before we started, and I hadn't, so I just have now got it out. And it's the Romance Angels from Doreen Virtue. Hopefully I'm holding it in front of YouTube, but I can't see because it's
Can you move it a little to the left?
Yeah.
For YouTube? Down.
Oh, okay. I can't see it on YouTube at all.
Okay.
It's not in there yet.
Like this way? I don't know.
Like you're right.
Yeah.
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 to look at the Zoom thing behind, which is behind the feed. Okay, so after all that, I've gone for the Romance Angels deck deeply, and I was asking, what do you need to know about meeting your future spouse rather than a specific time? And the card that has come up is you deserve love. You are lovable. So I'm feeling with this, it's about how you're feeling about yourself. It could be part of it. So I just lost my screen again. Oh. So I think you can see the card there. Yeah, so it's like there's all the cherubs around, and she's aiming because she's trying to aim for what she wants. But sometimes we have to believe that we deserve it. And I'm feeling that could be part of it for you, is you've got to start believing that you do deserve it. And, you know, say if you look negatively at yourself and thinking I'm never going to find love and everything, sometimes it's turning that mindset round to believing it will happen. I'm very much a believer that it will happen with divine timing, and sometimes it's that maybe you need to do some work on yourself to get yourself feeling better, and it could be that the person you're meant to be meeting is also doing some background work as well, and then the universe will conspire, and when the time is right and you've both done the work that you need to do to be in that right place, then that arrow will hit the target, and you will find the person you're meant to be with. Okay, so I hope that helps.
Dipti, I hope so I pronounced right, sorry. I've got for you to fire card, since you're on the YouTube. And I strongly feel there are around your heart the sadness and almost like the scars right there. And with this card, it says that, Two of Fire, as you can see, there is the giraffe with the lightning, and it's searching. I almost, as it is go along very good with the Tracy card. It's with that self-love, around self-love and what you deserve, I feel here, and also who you looking for. Because if you wanted to get that future spouse, but what the spouse looks like, how the spouse, smell like, how she act, what do they do? How do they look? And because if we might dream about, Brad Pitt, just said that, like Brad Pitt or somebody, or Angelina Jolie, and we're dreaming, oh wow, but then deeply inside we're thinking we are not worth it. The deep subconscious tells us it's not worth it, that I am not worth it, and it's never going to happen. So maybe there is now, it's not about when, but it's about right now, and use the new moon intention around the 7th, and maybe you can do some sort of like ritual or setting or write down on actually come into the space, sacred space, and put it more into the details, how she or he looks like, and what you really want in these relationships. Exactly that relationship. If you can imagine, if you can feel it, and let it just go, and know that this is going to happen in unexpected, because if it's, Uranus, it also comes unexpectedly, then it's all aligning for you. But from the perspective of worthiness. Hope it does make sense. See?
While I was shuffling, I got the same, the same things you're talking about. It's your question about who am I going to get? Why don't I have a person right now? And it was like, it is not to focus on the other person, but on you. And you got goddess of the moon, and goes so great with what Tracy and Lydia was saying. And what I get is, maybe this person is not right now here because there is some time for you. There is this time for you to look within yourself and to kind of like, what can you give the other person? To just check, what can you give the other person? Are you ready to give a full moon? And what happens when there is no full moon? How will you react? So I think what this card is saying is, you need to kind of work with yourself and try to learn all the phases of the moon. And then you will be in this position that you will attract what it vibrates with you, and that's going to be a match. So instead of being anxious of why don't I have a person right now, is why don't I work with me right now and get the best out, so I can get the best that is out there for me, because I deserve it, because I'm the goddess of the moon. And that's kind of following what they said. And it's a beautiful card, goddess of the moon.
Yes. Okay, so I also have opening to love. And it says my heart is open. So with the same message, this is about opening your heart to love, and it's not always romantic love. Where do you have love in your life? You can have a lot of friends, family, love for what you do and who you are, and it's not all about the spouse. It says you are deserving of love. You need to really believe that, because what we believe is what we attract. So if you're saying things that are kind of opposite to that, it's going to take even longer for this spouse to come in. Kind of looking, if you can, where are you blocked, or where have you might have blocked, or what kind of belief is there that is holding you back. Sometimes we're not meant to find that person, sometimes there's lessons that we need to learn. Like Diana said, it's not on the same frequency. So you guys have to get on the same vibration and the same frequency in order to be together. Because if you were to meet, let's say your future spouse, and you hadn't done maybe your inner work, or some people call it shadow work, or whatever, healing the kind of old patterns and beliefs, then it wouldn't work. So you're supposed to find each other at a certain time. And the only timing that I can really say, if I was going to get, it's kind of, there's a lot of warmth and water. So this reminds me of summertime. So that would, the only timing I would be able to give you is that, but it's like within like 1 or 2 years, between 2 years, which I did on my pendulum. But while you're waiting, the best thing for you to do is work on yourself, love yourself. Like Lydia was saying, if you want to manifest, You can like script or write down the qualities that you want in a person. And when you write them down, pay attention to what they are and do you have those qualities? And if you don't have those qualities, how can you give that to yourself? I'm not talking about the physical stuff, obviously, but the other things. So that's my message, and I hope it's helpful. And thanks for your question.
I've just been looking at my card again, that you deserve love. And what I hadn't noticed beforehand is where she's standing next to that water. So she's standing next to this very fast flowing stream.
There's a lot of water and fire in the cards.
Yeah. So it's the water sort of cleansing things through.
And I have number 2 here too.
Yeah. But there's like that brightness on the horizon there. So, I think all the cards actually go together really beautifully. That it is going to happen, but there may be some work you need to be doing to know that you are lovable. And again, in the book, it suggests, I can find the page again. Oh, that's the wrong book.
I will well check. I'll just say to Dipti,
it gives an affirmation for you to keep saying to yourself. So you start believing it, so your brain starts taking it in. It says, the more you affirm, I am lovable, I am loved, I am loving, the more this experience comes true for you. Affirmations help you believe spiritual truths at a deep unconscious level. This in turn allows you to attract loving people, relationships and circumstances, and you definitely deserve that.
Yeah.
So hopefully they
believe
all
and
help.
it's appear in front of your eyes. Just believe with every single and be open to receive love. Just open the heart. It's such a beautiful reading, and you're very welcome. So thank you. We love the reading. Thank you so much. All you love. I feel grateful. You're very welcome, and blessings to you all. Is anyone else, like, if you can see?
If anyone else would like a reading on Instagram, I see some people joining. We're pulling cards. Just pop in a question or general question, or what do I need to know, or if you would like us to pull a card for you.
Oh, you can just private message to us so we can do in a private if you feel uncomfortable doing this live. So
okay, so I don't have anybody asking for anything on Instagram.
Just a bit delay.
And none on YouTube at the moment. So if any of you guys watching would like a card, you don't need to have a question. It can just be a general. So just pop a little message just saying yes, please, and we'll be happy to draw cards for you.
For your highest good. Always from our heart to yours. And for who is joining, we're going to put it also the cards into Instagram channel, so you can see the energies and some other posts regarding your body work, the recipes and the yoga poses. The funny thing is, like, I feel with the energy in November, it's a lot of shift. It's it's like running sand, and perhaps there is a yoga guru, Diana, can tell us the pose which can really help you out this week and basically in November. But I think it's like a footing, because if it's a lot of movement, a lot of shifts going on, energetically. So where you're stepping towards your goals, when you put this initiating that your energy, just make sure you do take care of your body, you
Mhm.
stay hydrated. It's, it's always kind of thing. And watch what you eat for the next 2 weeks, because whoever looking to be, above man, above lady, just make sure that, if you're looking for it, just to have some weight to be gained, and muscles. So wonderful things. But if not, just make sure, you're staying, hydrated and eat lots of fiber foods and keeping your diet.
And don't forget to breathe. Breathe like with intention. Just because we are just so running, rushing, and we are going to get busier. And when you get busy, you just want to do, and you forget about, yourself, and you need to cleanse your body because there's so much going on. So just take, 2 minutes. If you can go outside and look at the sky, if you can take a look at a tree, a plant, and just, breathe with intention to get oxygen in, clean your body, and get everything that you don't want out. Let it go.
Lots of showers or swimming pool, or if you are lucky enough, just go to seaside. So just dive into the water and allow it.
And if you're not by the seaside, a salt bath or would work just as well.
Yes, and then lots of moisturizing cream on you and just relaxation. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay. There are some people joining.
Yeah, ladies, we have someone called Jaylin, and they would like a card, please, on YouTube. And we've also, we've just had a few other people just joining. So thank you for joining us on our live feed here. Yes, Kelly, please ask a question. So Jaylin, first of all, did you have a particular question, or do you want it just to be what do you need to know for your highest good, or? Yeah, so if you wanted to put your question in the chat. We do have a bit of delay with the stuff coming through on YouTube, so. Okay, so Kelly is asking, just while we wait for Jaylin to say if she had a specific question. Kelly is saying, is Dominic the love of her life?
So are we doing Kelly or are we doing Jaylin first?
But Jaylin hasn't said if there's a specific question. So yeah, so Jaylin, did you want to just say whether you just want a general card? And while we're waiting for that, we'll just do a card for Kelly.
Okay. So
we'll do yours after we've done Kelly's, Jaylin. Okay. Shall I go first, as I've just had one that's flipped round? So, Kelly, I've used the Romance Angels deck, and I've just asked, what do you need to know about sort of yourself? And I've changed screens, so I can't see your original question. But the card that flipped over is calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So I don't know whether you're already with him or whether you're just admiring him from afar. But this card's encouraging you to do some manifestation work, to set the intention And I should just look in the guidebook. So, and of course, with soulmates, a soulmate isn't necessarily a romantic partner. A soulmate can also be like someone that comes into your life for a while to help you learn some lessons, to help you move forward. I don't know if I actually showed the card. That's it on Instagram. And sorry, I just have to flip over to Zoom, otherwise I can't see what I'm showing you on the screen. And that is the card for you, Kelly. Yeah, so it says, you, like everyone, have soulmates. There are people with whom you shared time in heaven and in other lives. You made a soul agreement to meet in this lifetime for the purpose of mutual spiritual growth. So you know, sometimes they're not meant to be in our life as a romantic partner. But yeah, but so, you know, what you can do, you can work with your spiritual team, you can work with the universe, you know, set your intentions, you know, if you're really wanting to meet the one, you know, set those intentions out there. And I don't know if you do any meditating or anything, or sort of connections with your spiritual team. But sometimes you can like be asking them questions, you know, to ask them to help you. But yeah, you know, you can do a visualization board. And I think as well, if you're too specific, sometimes it reduces what you know, it limits the universe. You know, if we try and put restrictions on, I want to meet somebody and I want it to be by then or whatever, you know, it's funny enough, but, you know, like we said to the last person we did cards for, sometimes, you know, you need to go through a certain amount of work. The person you're meant to be with may need to be going through a certain amount of work. But at least, you know, if you put it out there that you're ready to meet them, then, you know, that shows the universe that that's what you're working towards. So it'll be interesting now to see what the other ladies have drawn for you.
Yeah, Kelly, I feel like a bit of the Libra energy, you know, just like the waiting, because of the question is you ask, is this the love of my life? Do you feel like it's your love of the life? You know, do you feel that this is the person? Or there is a, you know, back and forward, push pull. So how does that your heart say to you? Pull for you 7 of Earth on Instagram, then on YouTube here, the 7 of Earth. And as you can see, there is a strong male figure, you know, and there is a deep, you know, the attraction. And she says, yes, you do, you know. And so I called you like to be very firm in your desires and be clear in this relationship. Kind of build how this relationship you wanted to play out. Just almost like you know, to make a decision. Do I want to have this relationship? And how do I want this relationship? You know, and if you feel like it is, you know, dive deep, go for it with no regrets, whatever the experience is going to bring you. And whatever you choose to do, you're not afraid, you know, to start over again or to adjust the course or adjust this relationship. So it just kind of, I would say, like, go for it, you know. That's my, you know, go for it with no regrets. So later on, there is whatever it's coming, you know, in relationship, it's never pinkish, you know, never like without, I don't know, setbacks or some, you know, fights and push and pull, but just allow that, you know, allow the love to be there. And then with this, you will grow. And I kind of feel that there is like a soulmate energy, and it's, you know, it can be sometimes challenging. So good luck with that.
You know, I have what is already with you. But I have a question because I am not, I don't know. This is what I feel. I feel like Dominic is someone you want to begin a relationship with. I don't know if I'm right. And somehow I feel like there is a person in your life that is ready for you. You have it in front of you, with you, and you have not noticed that person. So if Dominic is in your life, if you are in a relationship, I will say, you know, it is there. It is for you. Like Lydia says, go for it. But if you're just fantasizing with Dominic, just take a look and see around, because you have something there. It's there. Look, it's just there. And you might have not noticed that this person, and maybe this is the one that will, you know, give you what you need, because seems like it's for you and it's supporting you, maybe in silence. So I don't know how the relationship with Dominic is. So I'll let you decide.
Okay, so I've got the star card from the Light Seers Tarot. So with this card, I feel like there's a lot of hope. There's a lot of wishing, like a wish fulfillment. I don't, like they said, of course, we're not going to get way into it. But if you are in a relationship, like I feel like this is a positive card to get, because it's about wishes being granted, things being fulfilled, and like that you're on the right path. It can also be about inspiration, and it could be, now if you're not in a relationship with this person, this could be that this person is inspiring you to kind of think about what you want in a potential, you know, spouse, or, you know, whatever it is that a person, a soulmate. So I feel like this is really a positive sign. And like Lydia was saying, how do you feel? Because you know, it's like your internal GPS, like, you know what you want, like, you know how you feel. Nobody knows better than you. Like you are your best guide. Just listen to your intuition. And I feel like a message in here is, I don't know where this is coming from, but this is an energy of like daydreaming. And not that it's wrong, but just don't put all your energy into one outcome. The possibilities are endless, you know. If it's not Dominic, it's going to be someone else. So yeah, that's what I'm picking up here. So hopefully that's helpful. Yeah, and we've got a lot of people asking questions now on YouTube.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Jeline
is
coming
the
with her
next.
question. It's, can I expect any career changes for November? I've drawn one while you ladies were doing the other cards for Kelly. We hope those cards were, and the messages were helpful for you, Kelly. Yeah, and we generally go live on a Monday. So if you'd like to join us again another time, then subscribe and hit the bell so you find out when we're going live. We'd love to see you again. So Jaylin, I have used the Sacred Traveller deck from Denise Lynn. and it's the book there. And the one that flipped out is Rejuvenating Rain, Clear the Past, Heal the Present. So that's the card there. And I love sort of the rainbow colours within the water. And again, like one of the other cards we drew, which had water in, obviously water very cleansing. And what I was feeling with this card is sometimes maybe we're not happy in a situation. So it could be like a job or any situation. But with yours, obviously, you're asking about career. So, but sometimes we can think, oh, well, it'll get better if I change jobs. But actually, it might be something where you need to be doing a little bit of work on something to clear. Because it could be that you're, say if there's an issue with like a boss who's very maybe domineering, not very compassionate. And if that's sort of a trigger for you, then you could get another job. And actually, if you could end up with someone else, in your new job who is also the same, which is then going to trigger you again. So sometimes we need to get to the bottom of why we feel triggered and do the inner work, and learn how to cope when people are triggering us in certain ways. That was just an example. It's not necessarily what's going on for you. But yeah, so really it's a case of, again, taking a look, seeing what it is that you're not happy with in that job, clearing things through, and then focusing on finding really the job that you dream about, your ideal job, and start putting that out there. So that's Rejuvenating Rain.
I actually, yeah, I hope so. That's resonate, because if I do have kind of similar, expecting the changes, I feel like you already initiate this change. Oh, she says it's just a temp, so I'm looking for something permanent. I've got for you Hermit. Oops, sorry, my battery tank. It's Hermit. It's 9, and you can see the door, and there is 9 keys to that door. And I feel it just that inside, it's almost like, with the energy of the week, you have the keys, it's already it's inside, to unlock this door and to initiate this change. So perhaps this is this position where you are just in temporary, and it's coming to the end because of the 9. It's the, it's the end, it's completion. And there will be a door for you opening for something new. And just to take back and to be refined more in what exactly you want from your career, and which, changes you want to have, that, the changes in the career exactly in November, that the change is coming. I can reassure you that the month of November, and, if whatever the change you want, just it's going to be there, because if you're already within inside, I feel like you already initiate that change within. So look how this is going to wrap up and what is going to be for you next, and it's the key, it's within you, the key, it's already there. Just be more refined, and, within this new moon, be clear of where you want to go. Okay. And that's good. Sounds good.
So I have a card from the Gateway Oracle deck by Denise Lynn, and it says, planting seeds. Seeds of grace are being planted in the fertile soil of my soul. So I feel like November is really a time for you to start planting your seeds, looking at what exactly is it that you want from your career, and what you want to take root, what do you want to gain and harvest, this is really about getting clear on what you want to do. So this is a temporary job, but you might be looking for, something else, or maybe doing your own thing or a business, or I feel like you have ideas, but this is really a time to really plant those seeds so that in the years to come, you can reap the harvest of that. It says, believe in miracles, nurture these seeds so that they will grow as strong as the mighty oak. Take action in the desired direction of your dreams, but be willing to pull the weeds along the way. It won't be long before you are reaping the bounty of your labor. So that's what I feel like November has in store for you for the career question. I hope that's helpful.
Well, I'm going to answer a question for Gracie, since Kelly had 3 answers. Gracie is asking, what actions should I take at this time to improve my connection with Benji? So I pulled a card from the energy of the Oracle cards, and I got Angel of Strength. So what this card is kind of advising you is to, take the leadership, show or work with Benji and the things that you like. So speak your truth. Tell him what you want. Tell him how do you want to do things. So I am kind of feeling like it's not that contradicting Benji in everything, because that's not it. It is showing him that you have that you can provide, that you can also help the partnership with your ideas. That's what I'm getting from this. So it's not like everything that Benji does is done. It's like your ideas should also be heard, and between you two, you can work towards something. So it's not imposing on him, but showing him that you can be a leader and that you have power and that you count as well. And that I see it as a good quality, because it is telling him that you are worth it and your ideas are worth them too, and that he should be proud because you are speaking your truth. So that's my advice for you, Angel of Strength. And that's a beautiful lion.
It is beautiful. I'm just gonna copy in because I guess my battery is gonna die. Just and Gracie, I got the High Priestess for you, the card. And what I feel it's just how to improve this inner connection with yourself first. Trust your vibes, trust your intuition, and what your inner voice telling you to do. And you go, and it's a lot of mystery here. And she said it's hot and cold at times, not really emotionally expressive. So I get confused sometimes. So with the intuition, how do you, there is no need to be, hot, cold, push, pull, but there is a lot of mystery going on. And I really, like, Diana said, with E and B, stay in your power, listen to your intuition, how it is you're going to act, how he will pull. Because if you don't need to adjust, so then you're going to give your power away. But rather to listen your inner heart, inner wisdom, attune that connection within you, and with that strength communicate with him, and act as you from your heart. So this way you're not gonna adjust and give it the power away, and there is self-love comes in how you're going to reflect on that relationships. So I know you feel, so pull this up a bit, tune it, these vibrations higher, that inner voice higher, so you can really attune into this. And this month, in the Scorpio season, there is a lot of transformation and intuition is going on. So hope it's helpful, and good luck there.
That's lovely, Lydia. And it's interesting that what you just said right at the end about transformation, because that's the card I pulled from the I Am I deck for you, Gracie. And it's interesting as well, sort of the, it looks where you said about hot and cold, and in the picture one side looks quite cold, the other side looks quite hot. And I was feeling before you'd said that it's all about the balance, how much you give, how much you take. So you're not doing all the giving, you're not doing all the chasing, because then it comes across that you're not thinking you're worthy. And do you know what? He's damn lucky to have you. So, so stand in that hot side with that bright orange passion and the power. Because if we go chasing, they don't want to use the word desperate, but do you know what I mean? It's like, sometimes let them work for it. Let them have a think as to, oh, well, hang on, what have I got to do to actually have Gracie in my life? Because you're worthy of being cherished. You're worthy of being adored. And so if you make sure you adore yourself, that you are worthy of that. And and then hopefully it will start coming together, because he'll realize that he's got to put some effort in as well. And if he's not willing to put the effort in, then is he worthy of you? And only you can decide whether you want to do that, if you're not being made to feel as good as you should be made to feel.
Like Katy Perry's song, it just comes to me, Gracie, that I Kiss the Girl. Do you remember that song? I don't know. Is it I Kiss the Girl, the hot and cold,
Oh, you're hot and you're cold, yeah.
So stay in your power, yeah.
Yeah. So I have a similar card. This is
so
called
hopefully those were helpful for you, Gracie. And so we've been going for just over an hour now, so I think that
I've got one more card.
The last reading.
This is Mending Bridges from the Gateway Oracle, and this is the same energy. I don't know if you can see
I lost you now.
Yes, I've lost her as well.
No, she's here. She's here. All good.
It says
I've got no sound.
Mending Bridges. And it says, I heal rifts, I am a mender. So I feel like you're always the peacemaker in the relationship. But there's these two faces that have their backs turned. It's the same girl, but for me, I feel like you both have your energies split. Like one person is facing this way, the other person is facing that way. And it takes two to want to heal a relationship. So what I would say is, if he's not willing to heal and put his energy into the relationship, with this bridge, I feel like you might have to be letting go of this, because I see these orange leaves are falling. So it's like you're crossing over, you're like you know what your worth is, you know, you have value in yourself, and you're not putting up with oh, I'm muted on Instagram, that's why. Okay, so but on YouTube I think it's fine. So it's yeah, you crossing, if you feel like you're not getting anything out of this relationship, then you just take the positive things that you've learned, the lessons that you've learned, and you go ahead and you cross this bridge, because he's gotta want this just as much as you do. And if he's not willing to put in the work and do the healing, because I feel there's a rift here, then yeah, you gather your strength, just like Diana's card, and you go on and move on to better things. So that's my message for you.
Okay, Gracie says his past relationships were bad, so he sort of thinks this one would fail too. Okay.
Yeah, it's because that's like, and we all want to function from what we've experienced in the past, but sometimes we need to learn from that, heal from that, and then be able to move forward, because you can't carry all his past wounding and all this stuff into this relationship, because it's not going to work.
Yeah.
And you can't you can't heal him. You know, he has to do that work. He has to want to be healed. Yeah.
And in this relationship particularly, you learn a lot of yourself, as you know, all the cards, you know, stay in the power, the transformation also, Grace. I feel like it's your transformation and empowerment, you know, and you have to, you know, love and look out for yourself and set the boundaries, how you want this relationship, right? And be really expressive and direct. Yeah. So thank you everyone for joining us. It was fun.
Yes, this was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on
Thank you, everyone.
Instagram, Sarah Janet Medium had said, "Hi ladies, are we doing card readings for people or just a general reading?" So Sarah, we do a card each for energy of the week right at the start, and then we open it up for doing card readings for people. So we generally go live on a Monday, this sort of time. We were a bit earlier today because of the clocks changing, and with Nora and Diana both being in the US. So so we hope that you have all enjoyed the cards we did for the energy of the week, and also those who have had card readings. We hope they've been really helpful for you, and that we'll see you again another time.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
We'll see you next week. Join us
Have
next
a wonderful
week.
week. Don't
Like,
forget, initiate,
subscribe. Yeah.
share.
If you liked our channel, please subscribe, so you know when we're going live. And if you have more questions, we can always answer them. And on Instagram, we'll be here next week around the same time.
So
and
stay
look out
tuned.
for our posts. Yeah.
Have a great week.
Lots
Bye.
of love. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.